Hey everyone, this is Ravity's blog and welcome to my 175th video celebration. In this video, I'm going to do my question and answering session, and for anybody who commented on my question and answering video session and asked me questions about video games or whatever you wanted to ask me, this video you're going to have all your questions answered. So, let's get started, and here are the questions I got for the 175th video celebration. Okay, so the first question comes from Shawmax2, and they ask, "Do you know about Broken Age game by Double Fine?" Um, Not exactly. I never heard of the Broken Age game by Double Fine before. This is probably like the first time I ever heard about it. But it does sound pretty interesting. I might have to look into it and see what it's all about. But it does seem like an interesting type of video game that I want to get like I want to check into. Okay, the second question that comes from Shawmex2 is, did you hear rumors about Squee, the TV series? I actually went on TV Tropes recently, and they said that there was going to be an animated short about Squee that was based off the comic book series, and I'm actually pretty interested in this little idea because I still haven't read the Squee comics yet, but I do know that Squee was based off of Joan Vosk works with the Squee comics. He's also the creator of Invader Zim and Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. So and I've been meaning to try to read Squee for a while now, but this is interesting that they're deciding to make a Squee animated series soon. So this is something that's pretty interesting to me. I might check it out because I did love Invader Zim, so I'm definitely gonna check out the Squee TV series. And then the third question that comes from Shawmex2 is, will you do a review about Psychonauts? Psychonauts is Double Fine's first game. It's the 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary is next year. I might do a review on that someday if I ever get around to ever watching anything well, playing Psychonauts, but I didn't know their 10th anniversary is going to be next year, so that's pretty interesting to me. I still haven't heard a lot about like Double Fine's games yet, so Psychonauts sounds like that type of game I might be interested in. So I might do a review. It depends if I ever get around to ever playing that game. But I'll let you know if I'll do a review on Psychonauts or not. And this question comes from Inventor Trace, and they ask the first question they ask is, favorite character on Teen Wolf and episode if you have one. My favorite character on Teen Wolf is probably, I actually have two favorite characters, and one of them is Styles. He's like Scott's best friend. I always like Styles because he's like the comic relief of the show. Is like, even though the show is mainly serious for the most part, he's like the one person who like brings some kind of humor to the show, and I like the fact that he's able to help Scott out with his werewolf powers, and he's always standing by Scott no matter what happens. And I also like his little quirks, his little jokes he gives out to the in every episode. It just makes him to a really interesting character, and you know, he's just like one of my most favorite characters from the show for the reason that he's like the comic relief of the show. And then my second favorite character is Derek. He's like the most mysterious character on the show because you don't know if he's like one of the good guys or one of the bad guys. You know, he could be anybody depending on what the situation is. So I really like Derek for that reason. You know, you just don't know what to expect from his character. You don't know if he's going to be the good guy or the bad guy. He brings a lot of tension to the show. So I really like Derek for that reason. So my favorite characters from Teen Wolf so far is Derek and Styles. And as for my favorite episode so far, I did like the season 2 finale where Grandfather Argent like he's like the big bad of season 2. He tries to kill Scott and the others, and I think either Derek or Scott, it was either he took the blood from either Derek or Scott, and he ends up vomiting up this black blood, and everybody thought he was dead for a while, but then he ends up disappearing at the end of season 2. So it's like, oh no, what happened to him? Where is he? So I really liked that episode because everything in the second season really built up to that last episode, and the last episode was just so intense of season 2. So that was probably my favorite episode of the series so far, was the season 2 finale of Teen Wolf. When the grandfather, Allison's grandfather, ends up like trying to kill Scott and the others, and then he wanted to take werewolf blood, I think, to live forever. So that was like a really intense type of finale, and I really liked the show for going in that direction. And the next question that comes from Adventure Trace is, Pan Pizza said that there was going to be a show about Raven, Teen Titans, and other versions of the character. Do you think there would be a show or a movie about her? Um, I think I haven't read a lot of comics that have Raven in it, but I have seen her appearance in Teen Titans. I think that, Raven would be that type of character who would get her own TV series or her own movie. Like her backstory about Azarath, her home planet, is pretty interesting. And then, you have her relationship with her father Trigon, which is pretty intense from what I saw with the TV series. So I think Raven does have a chance to get her own TV series. Maybe they could explore with her relationships with the other Teen Titans like Beast Boy or Robin or Starfire. They might explore her relationship with all the other Teen Titans. So that would be pretty interesting to see if they do a movie or a TV series about Raven. I do think she has a chance to get her own TV series because she's a pretty interesting character. Again, I'm not sure how she's portrayed in the comics. I think she's portrayed a little differently in the comics from what I've heard. But I definitely think she would be pretty interesting, a pretty interesting character to get her own TV series and movie. And I think that it's possible that she could get one. This question comes from Chris Bazzini, and they ask, I have two questions. The first question is, I've been asking all my friends or TV comic enthusiasts this one question. What is your opinion on new Cartoon Network and new Nickelodeon? And how do they add up to the 90s time of the networks? It's changed so much for me as time went on, and I would like to know your opinion. For this, I do think Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon has changed, like you said. It's changed a lot. A lot of the older shows I used to grow up with, like with Nickelodeon, I used to grow up with shows like Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Angry Beavers, all that, and Keen the Kel, excuse me, and you look at these new shows on Nickelodeon now, they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Legend of Korra, Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness. They have a lot of new shows out nowadays. And my opinion about new Nickelodeon is, I do like the fact that they're trying out some different types of show. Like, I was surprised that they got the rights to Ninja Turtles, because I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was glad that Nickelodeon was able to get the rights. And I also love The Legend of Korra also. So those are all two shows that I really love from Nickelodeon. But I do think that Nickelodeon keeps showing SpongeBob SquarePants a little bit too much. I think they could have tried to dial down on it. That was like the big issue I had with the current Nickelodeon, is that they keep showing SpongeBob SquarePants so much. While back in the 90s, there was always a variety of shows to come on. Even though Rugrats was the most popular show back in the 90s on Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon never showed Rugrats that much to the point where it overtakes the whole network. So that's what I liked about 90s Nickelodeon. They actually had a diverse schedule, and every show got a chance to shine. So it didn't feel like, one show was overtaking it. Even though Rugrats was one of the most popular shows on Nickelodeon during the 90s, it never to overtake the channel. So that was probably the big thing I liked about 90s Nickelodeon. And with 2000s Nickelodeon, the biggest issue I have with it is that they show too much SpongeBob SquarePants. And there's other Nicktoons, or there's other TV shows out there that are just as good as SpongeBob SquarePants, but Nickelodeon barely shows them. And then with Cartoon Network, I missed the whole Powerhouse excuse me. I missed the whole Powerhouse tunes bumper, so that was something I always miss about Cartoon Network. I do think Cartoon Network's getting a little better now, because before they tried to put in CN Real in there, and that didn't go out well for the channel. See, that's Cartoon Network is a network for cartoons only. Why would you put live action shows on a cartoon channel? That was something I've always wondered about. Why would Cartoon Network do such a thing at the time? But anyway, I'm glad Cartoon Network got rid of CN Real. and they have some good shows out right now, like Adventure Time. So Cartoon Network's getting a little better with it. Now that they canceled CN Real, and they also brought back Toonami, so that was a great thing they did for Cartoon Network. So Cartoon Network, I think, is doing a little better than Nickelodeon at the moment. I think the biggest problem with Nickelodeon is that they show SpongeBob too much. And Cartoon Network, at least they got rid of CN Real. That was something I think brought down the channel so much over the years. The next question that comes from Chris Bazzini is, have you heard of Soapy Waffles? Of Soapy Waffles? If not, they are a group of animators who animate, revive, cancel Invader Zim episodes. These were episodes that were voice acted, but no animation was done for them due to time constraints, or that the show was canceled before they could start. If you have, what is your opinion? If not, would you consider looking into it? This is the first time I ever heard about Soapy Waffles. Like, I didn't even know they were gonna revive Invader Zim, because I keep hearing a lot of rumors about they were thinking about bringing Invader Zim back, but at first the creator of the show, John Voss, was like, I didn't want to do it again, but then he was like, oh, I might want to do it again. So I wasn't really sure about whether or not they want to bring Invader Zim back. So this is the first time I heard about them trying to make an attempt to bring Invader Zim back. As for, have I ever seen any of these little episodes? No, I haven't. But I would like to check them out sometime, because I love Invader Zim, and I'm kind of glad that there's actually a company out there that's trying to bring Invader Zim back in some kind of way. So this is the first time I definitely heard about Invader Zim possibly returning. Well, an animation company is trying to do Invader Zim or bring it back, so I like to see where they're gonna go with that. And I definitely would like to check into that to see what they're gonna do with Invader Zim in the future. The next question comes from Totally Lisa Cartoons, and they ask, which do you think are the most overrated, underrated parents in any books, video games, or cartoons? For most overrated pairing, there was Bella and Edward for Twilight, from the Twilight books or Twilight movies. I guess because, in my opinion, I think Twilight is a very overrated franchise, and excuse me. I just never got into Twilight like that. So they always talk about how Bella and Edward was the greatest human vampire relationship, and I was like, well, I think Buffy and Angel's better, or Buffy and Spike, whichever relationship you like. But I like that couple better than I do with Bella and Edward from Twilight. So yeah, I do think Bella and Edward is like pretty overrated couple in the media. And as for underrated, well, I'm not really sure. It could be anybody, so I'm not really sure who's the most underrated pairing, but overrated, I'm pretty sure is Bella and Edward from Twilight. The next question comes from New Way to Feel the Pain, and he asks, which show do you like better, My Little Pony or Adventure Time? I actually like Adventure Time better. I mean, I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I think it's a really cute show. I like the characters in it. But I like Adventure Time a little better because I always loved these surreal cartoons and stuff like that. And Adventure Time was really surreal for its time. So I also love Jake and Finn. They're like a great pair, like, great buddies. So I really liked their relationship with each other. And that's not to say I don't like the relationship between the ponies and My Little Pony, but again, Adventure Time was more interesting to me because it had more surreal humor, and that was something I've always loved about a lot of shows, is the surreal humor. So Adventure Time has a lot of it, more so than My Little Pony does. The next question that comes from New Way to Feel the Pain is, by the way, are you going to do a review on 16 and tell me more about what you like about the show? I actually might do a review on 16 now that you mention it, because I have seen 16 before. I do remember liking the show. So I might do a review on that TV series someday down the line whenever I can. I do think it was a pretty interesting type of show, or a very unique type of show at the time. Yeah, it was like a show about teenagers basically, but in cartoon format, and it was kind of unusual at the time when it was released. So I might do a review on 16, and I might talk about more about what I liked and hated about the show. So definitely, I would definitely tell you about it once I get around to reviewing 16. And the last question comes from Boobop1987, and they ask, here is a good question for you. What is your favorite movie quote? I have a dozen favorite movie quotes. One of my most favorite ones was "There's no place like home" from The Wizard of Oz. I've always loved that quote because there's no place like home, and you think about what would be your real home, where would you go, excuse me. And and Dorothy, she was trying to figure out, she wanted to go back home to Kansas, and she was ending up in the world of Oz. And even though Oz is like a wonderful place, Dorothy wants to get back to her home in Kansas. So her saying this line called "There's no place like home," it's just something that really stuck in my mind for many years. So that was definitely one of my most favorite quotes. And then my second favorite quote was, "Here's Johnny from The Shiny." I love the way that Jack Nicholson delivered that line. He was so creepy and so hilarious at the same time. Um, I think it comes from Johnny Carson talk show. I think that's where it comes from. I know it came from a talk show host, but the way that Jack Nicholson delivered that line in The Shining was like so creepy and so funny at the same time that it was like probably the best moment of the film for me, and I just love the way Jack Nicholson delivered that line. Well, that's all the questions I have for the question answering session, and be sure to check out more of my videos in the near future. Also, to follow up on any videos I may have posted up for this week, please be sure to follow me on Twitter so I can keep you updated on any videos that I post up. And feel free to ask me any kind of questions about video games, books, movies, whichever you feel like asking me, and I'll see what I can do about them. Well, I hope you enjoyed this special video. For my 175th video celebration. This is Ravity's Blog, and I'll see you later.